Hey y'all, I just want to go ahead and start off by saying that this video is not to create fear or fear mongering or to cause you to go out and clear store shelves. I am simply telling you, if you have not already started preparing and your home is not fully prepped or somewhat prepped, please make sure that you have at least 2 weeks, even 4 weeks worth of food in your home. The more the better. If you eat rice, beans, canned meat, pick up those items a little bit at a time. Dollar Tree is also a great place to prep. I'm saying this because there is a possibility that store shelves will start being empty. Cannot say for sure, but I do want to put that message out so that you're able to prepare accordingly. The CEOs of both Target, Walmart, and Home Depot have had a sit-down meeting with Trump to let him know that there is a possibility of empty store shelves. Now, these store shelves are facing the possibility of being empty because of the 145% tariffs and trade policies that have been implemented. Not only will you possibly see empty store shelves, but you also will be seeing price increases, which we have seen come up and down depending on the item, as well as supply chain disruptions. So please keep this in mind. Again, prepare accordingly. Don't clear store shelves. Let's not have a repeat of 2020 where we're hoarding toilet paper but aren't like having food in our home, because what good is toilet tissue if you don't have the food prepped in your home to eat?
Welcome back to another video. Shalom, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakak Madash, and double honor to our apostles, elders, and great millstone, all right, for teaching this truth that's gone all around the earth. And shalom to the hopeful elect out there. This is your brother Atazwan from the great millstone here in St. Louis. And we're going to dive into a real quick one. This will be very, very short. All right, just to get a few scriptures on that short clip, but a young woman talking about preparing or prepping, if you will, all right, putting a little extra food aside, you know, for the days of trouble that are coming, okay, in which that's nothing new. The men of the Lord have been telling you, according to the scriptures, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible, right, that the days of evil were upon us, okay, and we're getting ever so close to those times of, yes, where the famine will hit this place, right? Will hit Babylon the Great. We've, alluded to the fact that the scriptures tell you that there will be also a famine of the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai when they shut everything down, and no longer will you be able to see these types of lessons. No longer will you be able to see the men preaching on the corners and so forth, all right? So with that in mind, let's just jump into a few scriptures here. This is 2 Esdras 6. And the brother did have a verse in here, but I think I'm going to start a little bit up. Right about here, verse 11, all right? And it reads, I answered then and said, O Lord, that beareth rule, if I find favor in thy sight, I beseech thee, show thy servant the end of thy tokens, whereof thou showest me part the last night. So he answered and said unto me, stand up upon thy feet and hear a mighty sounding voice, and it shall be as it were a great motion, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved. And therefore when it speaketh, be not afraid, for the word is of the end, right? And so even these normal, or not normal, but regular, right, jakes of the world, right, including women, all right, who are beginning to see the signs that have been spoken for so long, right, of trying to prepare yourself for a very difficult time that's coming. And so now everyone is warning you, all right, but keep in mind the prophets of the Lord have warned you for the greatest amount of time what was coming here to the shores of Babylon the Great, the shortages that will hit this place, the closing down of jobs, the devaluing of the money, or the hyperinflation, okay, where people just can't make it anymore. You've been warned about all this for a great number of years now, all right? So anyway, let's get back to verse 14, and it says, and it shall be as it were a great motion, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved, and therefore when it speaketh, be not afraid, for the word is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood. And why? because the speech of these things trembleth and is moved, for it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood upon my feet and hearkened. And so Ezra is in a trance, basically, in a hologram of some sort, right? So that you can understand. And behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. Right, so we're coming to that point where our punishment will come to an end. All right, verse 20, when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And the children of a year old speak with their voices, and women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? And that's coming into that famine. Okay, that this one young woman is trying to tell you to prepare for, right? All right, it's already in the scriptures as to how this place will fall. Okay, and this is just one of the indicators that you're at the end. All right, verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run, right? You're going to have a situation of what? No water, as well as no bread or food, okay? Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your and the end of your world. And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meeting. Verse 27, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared. All right, so, and we're declaring in these last days, right, about the truth of the Lord and what? To have faith. It's Jeremiah 51:6, and it reads, flee out of the midst of Babylon, and every man his soul be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense, right? Babylon the Great, all right? Mystery daughter of Babylon, which is AKA America. Verse 7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, right? And let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So it's time for this place to go. And you see even some of those other people from other nations who are leaving here, okay, and going back to their own countries. Verse 10, the Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord, our power, right? And the men of the Lord are praising Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for the destruction of this place, okay, from the inside out, all right? Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction, okay? So there are many of our people, 2/3 of our people, who want this place to continue on because they think that this is some great place to be, all right? And this place has destroyed them in the mind, all right? Destroyed them in the spirit. And to that point also destroyed you in your physical bodies, right? Where we are all messed up, okay? From the food to the water, all right? To these no good ass jobs and the stress of this life here in Babylon. Okay. 2 Ezra 16 and 37, and it reads, Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bring forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, right? So we're seeing these birth pains now here in Babylon, okay, which is telling you that the end is here, all right? Verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come up, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth, right? And this is how a lot of us, right, in this truth, using our faith, will have to move about, right, outside of their system that they want to bring, okay, because they're going to bring hell upon the earth, all right, and particularly here in Babylon, all right. Verse 41, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose, he that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein, he that soweth as if he shall not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes, right? Don't put your stock in this place, okay, because nothing is certain to you, all right? Nothing is guaranteed. Just because you did something doesn't mean you're going to reap any kind of benefit, because you're going to be in a period of time of evil days, right, where you're going to have to move and leave it, okay? You can't take it with you, all right? And, you know, myself and the brothers here, we talked about that the other evening, okay, about what's going to happen when all hell breaks loose, okay, and people are fleeing and put on the run. You can't carry all this stuff that you store up in your houses with you, right? Now, there's nothing wrong at the end of the day of having a little extra around the house, as that woman is suggesting, all right, but don't be so certain that you're going to keep it, all right, or that you'll be able to use it or take it with you. Habakkuk 2:1, it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he shall say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And those tables are these scriptures, okay? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. Okay? So we're at that point where these things that were written of a long time ago in prophecy, you're starting to see the manifestation of it now. And that which is spoken of concerning Babylon the Great, you're starting to see this today. All right? We'll read verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith, right? And so we'll be required to live by our faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, who promised, right, that he would help us in those days, all right? So pretty much that's all I wanted to hit on that. You know, saw that clip, you know, from that brother, Hopeful Elect 3, I believe is his channel name, okay? And decided to just jump right into a quick little lesson on it, all right? So Lord willing, you're edified by it, okay? And prepare yourself, sure, you know, do the best that you can do, but you may have to drop and run in those days, all right? So with that, we'll end the lesson right there. Giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom.